What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Jay. We are here with IBA Season 3 Team Builders. Yes, for week 1 of the IBA, going against Taechichu and the Dashing Dittos. We're facing off against her. But yeah, it's been a hot minute since we've done Team Builders. I'm kind of excited, especially with the nice little format we got going on right here. But it's, you know, it's a little refreshing. It helps me like remember what the game plan is, what the spreads are for, why we doing stuff. You know, what we doing and why we doing it. That is why we are here. But before we get into it, a lot of you guys that are watching are not subscribed. So if you would kindly do so, just please go ahead and subscribe, leave a like down below, leave a comment too about how you think about the spreads, what you think are threats, what you think on my team would have looked better or something like that. I just, you know, let me conversate with you guys. But yeah, go ahead and let's get some engagement going. But we are here with Zai. Oh, whoa, before we get into our team, let's introduce Taze. She has access to Garchomp, Togekiss, Cresselia, Leafeon, Gastrodon, Gengar, Snorlax, Stack Attack, Ditto, Whimsicott, and Morpeko. So she has a nice little scary looking team, especially between like Garchomp, Kiss, Gengar, Cress is annoying, Snorlax, Stack Attack is a wall and a half. But we are here with Zygarde, aka Bear, because you know it's named Bear because my dog passed away a couple of weeks ago, so RIP to our boy Bear. So he's here representing with rocking out with a Jolly Nature Aura Break with Choice Band with 252 in attack, 36 in speed def, and 220 in speed. And what this allows us to do is allows us to speed creep max speed Gengar by 1 point, because max speed Gengar hits 178. We hit 179, as you can see on the screen because the stats are laid out in front of you. And we are rocking out with 1000 Waves, Outrage, Iron Tail, and Extreme Speed. 1000 Waves allows us to just hit everything on her team. We can, like, it has no switch-ins, literally nothing aside from like Whimsicott and Leafeon. But it's nice. Outrage is for stab because it can hit Garchomp. Iron Tail is to hit fairies such as Whimsicott and Togekiss. Extreme Speed is for priority if we need it. 1000 Waves, it's just nice. It's just a nice move, bro. Choice Band at 1000 Waves, nothing wants to take it. A max defense, max HP Stack Attacker cannot take 1000 Waves. It does 100% min, bro. I repeat, 100% minimum. Unless she's rocking out with a barrier, of course. But we're dealing big damage. Zygarde is just here as a fast little mon, just to hit everything on the team pretty solidly. There's no switching. There's no switching for 1000 Waves. We're gonna get chip on something or a claim of life. So it's always nice. Next up, we have Serena Thickums, aka Nicki. Cause look at her, she looks like Nicki Minaj, bro. That's Nicki Minaj in the Pokemon form, with a Jolly Nature with Queenly Majesty with leftovers, with 252 in HP, 40 in attack, 172 in defense, and 44 in speed, with Power Whip, Rapid Spin, U-Turn, and Toxic. The speed allows us to speed creep a no speed Cresselia, because that's all we really need it for. Because we're never gonna outspeed Gengar, we're never gonna outspeed Togekiss, and all the faster mons, obviously. What the speed allows us to do is speed creep Togekiss, so that way in case we can either pivot out on it or we can toxic it before it wants to set up or something like that, if it is a setup set, which is always nice because, you know, Cresselia is just thick, and if we can poison it, we're better off, so it's always nice. Rapid Spin is to remove any hazards she wants to put up, because I believe her only, she has 2 hazard setters in Stack Attack and Garchomp, I do believe. Just off of memory, I'm pretty sure. U-turns for momentum purposes, as I said. The defense is to help us like eat more defensive hits, because I was like, at first I had Volcanion, I just want to use Volcanion. I love Volcanion as like a defogger mon as well, and just it hits so hard. But in hindsight, I was like, yo, Garchomp, Gastrodon, Stack Attacker, Morpeko, like it's just Volcanion doesn't have a really good matchup here. I had to spread it too thin with like defensive stuff, and I had no like clean switch-ins for those mons, I would say, so I had to kind of play around it. So I decided, I was like, yo, let's look at Serena, because Serena can like gets access to U-turn for one. It has hazard removal. Power Whip is a nice solid move. And like it's a nice bulky mon with base 98 defense and base 98 speed def, so we didn't really have to invest in speed def because we have some other answers on the speed def side. But defensively, it can help against Leafeon, help against Stack Attacker, Morpeko, Garchomp. We can eat Flamethrower if she wants to run a mix Garchomp. She can run Fire Blast or Flamethrower or Garchomp just to catch us off guard a little bit. I don't know, but definitely we are ready for it. The 40 EVs in attack allow us to 2 KO a Garchomp with Power Whip, which is nice. Also allows us to 2 KO a Gengar with after Stealth Rock damage. So it's always nice. Of course, we're not gonna stay in on a Gengar, but if she ever wanted to switch in to take less damage or something like that, we're here, and like it allows us just to not even worry about Gastrodon because we can just OHKO with Power Whip no matter what, so it's always nice. But yeah, that's pretty much why she is here. The queen is here. And next up we have Tornadus, aka Shin, for all those Bakugan lovers out there. And if you don't know what Bakugan is, bro, just go ahead and open up a webpage and educate yourself, because Bakugan was heat. But Shin is rocking with a timid nature, with a generator, with heavy duty boots, with 214 EVs in HP, 76 in defense, 42 in special attack, 4 in speed def, 172 in speed, with knockoff, hurricane, U-turn, focus blast. So those are the 4 moves we got. The spread is simply to be as bulky, kind of be a bulky pivot, just be a bulky pivot. We're not really like supposed to take really any hits. We can take a lot of hits if we need to. It's just mainly for like U-turn momentum and knockoff. Hurricane just deals good chip damage to everything. Focus blast also is just for stack attacka and a little bit of Snorlax, and also more Peko, since we will outspeed it unless she already has like a aura wheel, unless she already gets an aura wheel off, then gets a speed boost. But aside from that, the 76, and before I get into that, rewind. Whimsicott is her fastest mana at 116, and we outspeed it naturally. And at first we were speed creeping a max speed Whimsicott, but I was like, yo, there's really no need to do that, because Whimsicott gets access to Prankster, so if anything, it's gonna go for like a stun spore on Tornadus so it can outspeed it anyways. And I'm like, I'm never gonna really stay in on it unless I absolutely need to, because I don't really want to risk a stun spore. And so like Hurricane OHKOs it easily, but I'm not really too worried about like any attacks that I can take, because we have Regenerator, we can use turn out if we need to, so we're fine in that regard. So I was like, yeah, we can just run 172 to speed creep Gengar, and then it gave us extra EVs to put in defense and special attack, and like 4 in def, which is not. But the main reason why I put 76 in defense is we eat a max attack, max speed Jolly, I mean the speed has nothing to do with it, but Jolly natured life orb hit from a Garchomp. Stone Edge is guaranteed to a KO, so that way we can at least get off an attack on it. We don't get OHKO'd by it, which is nice because we have that bulk there. So if we absolutely have to eat one, we can eat one and we can deal damage, maybe get a confusion with Hurricane or knock off the item on Garchomp. So that way we know what it is, like if Life Orb's there or if it's a Scarfer, which is, it's all good. It's Gucci, we're chilling. So I think Tornadus is really nice as a pivot mod, especially with Regenerator and whatnot. So I'm really excited to use Tornadus because it's going to be zooming everywhere. And now next up we have Swine, aka Manny, a little nice Ice Age reference for those that don't know. I hope you do know. With the adamant nature, with thick fat, with the Life Orb, with 98 in HP, 252 in attack, 4 defense, 78 speed def, and 76 in speed. What this spread allows us to do, it allows us to eat fire type attacks. So, and it, like, all right, woo, let me just, there's so much to say about Mamoswine, bro. Mamoswine is so nice. We speed tie with Togekiss because we're both base 80. So I was like, yo, do I even want to like even risk speed tying and stuff? I was like, no, I don't really feel like it. No, not really. So the only thing, maybe I think we probably are missing out on a OHKO with Icicle Crash and whatnot, but I'm not, it's like, okay, whatever. I'd rather have it in bulk and stuff. So we have the EVs that we had from the speed, we put in speed def and HP, which allow us to eat if she wanted to, run a max special attack Garchomp with a Life Orb with Fire Blast or Flamethrower. Fire Blast will not 2 KO us because of the spread we have and plus thick fat, so we don't get 2-shot by a Fire Blast. We can eat it, and then that's if we had to switch into it, of course. I don't think we'll ever try to switch into a Garchomp, really. We'll most likely clean switches or we'll already be in on it. And then adamant max attack oh my god, 200 at level 50, bro. It's just busted. It hits so hard. The spread with Stealth Rock, Superpower, Earthquake, and Ice Shard. Ice Shard OHKO's Garchomp unless she has a Yachi Berry to tank the ice type attack, but Ice Shard OHKO's Garchomp without hesitation, so I'm not really worried about it. Initially over Superpower I had Icicle Crash, but I was like, I'm not gonna really ever press Icicle Crash just because we'll probably press EQ on most things. And then Icicle Crash for Togekiss, like if we were trying to risk the speed tie or whatever, we could just go ahead and what am I trying to say? What am I saying? We don't have to risk the speed tie and get like flinched by Serene Grace and whatnot. We don't have to deal with the Serene Grace shenanigans. So Iso Crash, I mean, I don't know. Ice Shard will easily 2-hit KO a Togekiss with max HP and like 120 defense. If she's running max defense Togekiss, which she can, then it's not a 2-hit KO, but I don't think she will. If anything, max HP, max special attack or something, or maybe with some speed, special attack and HP, potentially, I feel. But you never know until you know. So Ice Shard is a 2-hit KO on the Kiss, and it's nice for Leafeon. Nice priority, so I like it. It hits hard as well. Earthquake is just for good stat because it hits her team pretty well, aside from like Cresselia and what's your little name? The Cottonmon. What's the name? Whimsicott. But aside from that, and Leafeon, but we have what Earthquake doesn't hit, Ice Shard will hit. With Ice Shard doesn't hit, Earthquake will hit, basically. And then just in case Snorlax gets out of hand, we have Superpower just to nuke it, because we OHKO a max HP variant depending on what kind of spread she wants to run. She wants to put it in defense or SPDF or be max attack, max HP. You never know, but if it is no defense, then we are cooking. We are cooking with Superpower. Next up, we have Dragapults, aka Kelp Me, because we gotta protect our oceans. Now we gotta protect them with the sassy nature, adaptability with Black Sludge, with 124 in HP, 4 in attack, 140 in defense, 68 in special attack, 172 in SPDF, with Flip Turn, Draco Meteor, Sludge Wave, and Focus Blast. What this set allows us to do is we can basically eat hits on either side, because it allows us physical bulk and special bulk, mainly for like Whimsicott, Gengar, Gastrodon, of course not like Earth Power and stuff, but like Ice Beam and Scald. We also eat from a Togekiss. And I mean, I think we could take some hits from Cresselia. We really don't want to take any though. Just don't want to. Focus Blast is the hit stack attacker. Draco is just for stab. The special attack EVs we have, OHKO Gengar, or have a good chance, like a 75% chance to OHKO Gengar, which is nice. 140 defense allows us to tank defensive hits a lot better, especially like for Morpeko. The dark type Aura Wheel doesn't 2-hit KO us. So that's nice. After recovery, it's a 3-hit KO. So we're like, whoa, we're rocking now. The only thing I'm really worried about is like Togekiss having what's your name? Extra sensory, because I mean, we can eat one. It's a guaranteed 3-hit KO. So I'm not too worried about it, but if she wanted to run like a Specs variant, then it's an automatic 2-hit KO, and there's like nothing I can do about it. No matter how much SPDF I put and how much HP I put into Dragapults, it's a 2-hit KO. So I'm like, okay, not even gonna worry about it, because whatever is a 2-hit KO, it's always gonna be a 2-hit KO. So why even waste spread on it? So we got all these moves. Flip Turn is nice for momentum. Sludge Wave is nice for stab, just to hit Togekiss and stuff, because we will kill Togekiss before it kills us if she is not Specs. If she's like heavy duty boots, even if she's max special attack, we can eat it and we're fine. So I'm not too worried about it. I'm liking it. I'm liking Dragapults' bulk and stuff and what it's here for. And we can OHKO Sakataka if we need to, a Focus Blast, because if she's not running a SPDF nature, then it won't matter too much, because we can just OHKO. But if she is running SPDF, it's not an OHKO, it's a 2-hit KO. And then I really don't want to take an Earthquake or whatever, but we can take one if we need to. Gyro Ball won't do anything, Rock Blast won't do anything. Her best move on Sakataka would be Earthquake, but I feel like if she brings it, it's gonna have rocks. Because maybe she'll want 4 move slot on Garchomp, maybe because she'll want to run like a Swords Dance set, or maybe a Banded set, or a Scarf set. So that would be I mean, she could be Scarf Fox, but you know. But either way, I feel like we have a good setup with Dragapults. And then last but not least, we have Escavalier with aka Sir William. That is a Knight's Tale reference, because Sir William was the junk, he was the ish, with a Careful Nature Overcoat with lefties. With 252 in HP, 108 in defense, and 148 in SPDF. So the SPDF and defense are just basically tank hits from both sides, because we don't really need to be fully invested in SPDF, and we don't really need to be fully invested in defense. But defense hits are for like things like Morpeko, Snorlax, Sakataka, and Garchomp if we need to. Obviously Garchomp gets access to Fire Blast and Flamethrower, so we can tank one, I believe, with even if it is Life Orb, we can tank one. It's a guaranteed 2-hit KO and get deal damage on it, so I'm not too worried about it. But Escavalier is great at walling things like Leafeon, Whimsicott. It can really wall, what's your name? Cresselia pretty well, because if it's not like a subset, we could just fire off a Toxic on it without like even thinking. But we can also just Mega Horn and Mega Horn and knock off on Crest all we want to, because it's not really, no matter how much Crest will set up, it's not really gonna hurt us too much. Of course, this is like +6, it's gonna hurt, but we'll never let it get to that point, I promise. So and Overcoat is great, because say like I said earlier about how Whimsicott's gonna always outspeed because of Prankster or whatnot, or not always outspeed, but I will now because we're not speed creeping anymore, but like things like stun spore and stuff, we have overcoat. We can just switch in to Escavalier. Walls Whimsicott very well. The best thing she can do is like leech seed, probably, I'm pretty sure. But that's about it. So Escavalier is great for that, and it's great to like spam toxic on her team as well, aside from her only immunity is stack attacker. And if she wants to run immunity on Snorlax, which I think she'd be better off running thick fat, just because if she knows how hard Mamo is hit, it's a big problem for her team. I feel like she will run thick fat, hopefully, and then we can get a toxic off on it and put it on a timer, which is also nice. So you know, we are here with the spreads and stuff. Of course she has like fire type moves and like Togekiss and Snorlax and Garchomp, but other than that, we're sitting pretty, so we're gonna be Gucci. We're gonna be fine. We're gonna be good. I'm feeling pretty good about the spreads. Between season 2 and this season, I went ahead and joined a league called the UBL. If you don't know about it, it's a big deal. But what that's done to me is like it's taught me a lot, especially about EV spreads. Like between like when I'm within like my first year of draft league and like maybe a couple months, because I started in August and now it's November. So August, November. Woo! August, September, October, November. So a year and 4 months is how long I've been doing draft, and I feel like I've made a lot of progress, especially like spread wise and whatnot. We don't have to get into our bag this week, because week 1 we don't have to like go like dummy right now, because we want to save that for playoffs, because we are gonna make playoffs. I promise you, we are. But I definitely am loving like my ability to like see spreads and like know the difference between like 2 KOs, 3 KOs and stuff after rocks and whatnot. But it's really cool. I'm excited. So make sure, if you guys are hyped for week 1 battle against Taechichu, go ahead and leave a thumbs up down below. Also leave a comment, like let me know what mons you think would have done better. Let me know what mons you really like. Let me know, like just let me know a lot of stuff about the matchup. I like it. I'll just reach out and say, yo, what's up? I like it. Whatever, you know. If you don't like it, leave a dislike, but make sure to leave a reason why in the comments below so I can prove upon myself and my content. But without further ado, I am your boy Jay. I'm gonna get about your hair and I'll catch y'all next time. Bye.